All right, so now let's go to the third question. The passage suggests which of the following about most existing maps of Native American lands. Now, what does this question really mean? Let's look at that in a little detail. So, if we are looking at the keywords, it's talking about most existing maps of Native American lands. Okay, so that does not give us a lot of clue because these are about most of the existing maps only. The entire part over here talks about most of the existing maps of the American lands, Native American lands, correct? So can I take this also as a specific detailed question? Yes. Or maybe this is an inference-based question, which I can look at as specific detail, right? So let's look at the options. They do not record the migrations of Native American tribes. But that is not accurate because we have seen, let me just look at it. He says they do not record the migrations of Native American tribes. But that's not true because from here we understand that these existing maps, okay, so these are current maps which are the same as most existing maps. So these talk about the tribe migration. So this is not true. Okay, what about second one? They have been preserved primarily because of their connection with treaties involving land transfer. Okay, now they have been preserved primarily because this becomes an out of scope inference for us to make. We know that they've been preserved, okay, and we can also see that it's from here. Where is the treaties part? I think. Just give me one moment. I remember reading about treaties somewhere. Yes, so it's over here. Right, so Native Americans and took many forms, missionary field sketches, explorers' drawings, and surveyors' maps, as well as maps rendered in connection with treaties involving land transfer. So these were all what? These are nothing but the ways in which we started making these Native American maps. These are not really about the current maps. So we are not preserving this because of the treaties. Okay, they tend to reflect archaeological evidence that has become outdated. Well, no one has told us that their archaeological evidence has become outdated. We've obviously seen that they are based on archaeology, they are based on reconstructions of archaeology, which means to say that that evidence is still in place. So this becomes an opposite answer. Here, they tend to be less accurate when they are based on oral reports than when they are based on written documents. Again, he has only mentioned all of this as a list. He has not given us in any order which is more important and which is less. So this also goes off. They're not based primarily on the mapmaker's first-hand observations. Yes, that we can understand that these are specially dependent on the mapmaker's own interpretive abilities, but these are not the first choice. Okay, so our first choice is about the other parts. So we can say that the passage suggests number 5. Let's now quickly take a look at the last question.